Tool some hard drives. Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Titans Gift Campaign, Season 2, Episode 34. I am your DM and host, Marty, joined by the Seattle crew, Luke, Matt, Max, and Neil, in the order that I see them on my monitor. How is everyone doing? Probably a little bit better if I made your mics toasty warm.
Yeah, I'm doing fine here. I still got most of this. I don't know. I've got a good 2 pounds, I think, of this left.
That's impressive.
Yep.
That is impressive.
Do you hate him yet?
No, they're really good.
Pass me a couple.
In the after times.
In the after times. Oh, man.
Luke, what's happening?
One day.
Oh, not a lot. Just trying to buy a house and move out of my apartment. So, that takes up a lot of time. We got to fix up a few things too while we move in. So trying to buy a house and also pick out, fixtures and all of that stuff from factory direct websites. It's it's a lot to look at.
Are you getting new construction?
Yeah, we're gonna
Nice.
do some stuff in the bedroom, the main bedroom and bathroom there. So gotta fix it up. So it's good. I downloaded. I've been trying to look at less news and social medias on my phone. So I bought Final Fantasy Tactics for my phone. I don't know if you ever play any Final Fantasy games, but it's pretty fun. A little turn-based combat there with some Final Fantasy stuff. Really convoluted start to the story, but I'll figure it out.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
what's going on with me. What's going on with you, Neil?
I'm doing good. I have been focusing a little bit more on my trading stuff lately. That's been going well. I've created a robot that does some trading, and it's running and trading with actual money, and it's actually successful. I'm
Don't say that while you're being recorded.
yeah, I'm a little bit in the FOMO at the moment. So, like you want to calculate, sort of some stuff in terms of success criteria and so on. And it's when there's no failed trades yet, it's very difficult to say what your failure rate is. So I have no idea what my failure rate is because the robot hasn't failed yet. Of course, now I've jinxed it, so touch wood. But it's been going for quite a while. I've been trading it for a while. It's not doing massive amounts of money, but that's not the intent. So pretty excited about that.
Go robot, go!
Yep.
Yeah, go robot, go. I call it Roger Wilco, just if you're curious.
That's an old reference, Roger Wilco.
It's a dual reference, right? So you know it as from Space Quest, right? As the character in Space Quest.
Yes.
It's also something airline pilots say.
Is it?
Yeah. Like Roger will cooperate.
Interesting. Yeah, I know it from Space Quest.
Yeah. So it's the main character in Space Quest, or it's the character in Space Quest. So yeah, my trading robot's called Roger Wilco. So
Nice.
Good luck,
so,
buddy.
so we'll see how that pans out. I think it's made 60 trades or something by now. So it's not as if I'm talking about 2 or 3 trades. It's
Hey, man. If
pretty
each
good.
one of those is a win, compounding, man. Compounding
yeah,
is
exactly,
something-
compounding, and it's futures, right? So if it works, you can always just say, well, instead of trading 1 contract, trade 2 contracts. Instead of trading 2 contracts, trade 4 contracts, whatever. So I'm not too stressed about that.
I have
That's
not,
crazy.
but now I'm gonna have to search for that later. Thanks, man.
What are you searching for? What are you doing, Max?
I just locked in a place for us to crash when we move up here, so we're signing the lease paperwork tonight. They're sending over the documents. I think we got one set of them today already, which is pretty exciting. So I head back down to SoCal, which is currently on fire, on Saturday. So a bunch of the people that I used to work with all had to evacuate yesterday, which was pretty crazy.
Whoa.
But yeah, it sounded like most of them got to go back to their homes today, which is good. So a lot of friends and family marking themselves safe. That was a bit of stress. But yeah, man, like getting to sign a lease and having that one thing I can check off the box of like,
Hell
cool,
yeah.
I'm done with this part. Feels good. Feels good. So hopefully we can find some new normal and move up to Washington where it's nice and cold.
Come
I
on
love
up.
it here.
Come on up.
It's been great. The leaves are beautiful. Like
I know, right?
I can't get over it. Like I'm driving around, like looking at the trees and everything, going like, God, it's so beautiful up here. Like, oh my God, it's a concrete jungle in Southern California.
So have you been to the place that you're going to rent? You went to go check it
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, they had this really cool thing where they put the lockbox on the door and it's hooked up to Wi-Fi. So you show up to the door, you like text them like, "Hey, I'm here." Then they text you back a code, and then you push the button on the keypad, and then you let yourself in. Tour the place, like lock it up, and then put the key in the lockbox, and then text them back like, "Hey, I'm done," and you just go about your business. It was pretty cool. It's like no contact tours, self-guided.
Nice.
People are pretty trusting up here.
Welcome to the future.
It's pretty nuts.
Futureville.
Well, that'd be fun, man. Hopefully everything settles and you get to move in and it's a non-event and you can enjoy the year-round winter we have up here.
It's
Yeah, like
not that
honestly,
bad.
I'm looking forward to going home and just like I miss the dogs more than I thought I would.
Okay.
But hearing about them hurting themselves is just the fucking worst. Like yesterday, my wife's like, "Your dog chipped a tooth. She's a dumbass, and she was chewing on some rocks or something." And I'm just like, God, you stupid animal. But also, I feel so bad because it's like, are you eating okay? Like, do we need to take you to the hospital right now? Can you wait until Thursday when your appointment is? Like, I'm freaking out, and she's just like, "Nah, she's fine. She's chewing on bones and stuff." So it's been tough.
Yeah, I'm reading in the chat here about some fire damage and some,
Yeah,
some of you in
man,
chat.
I feel for Drake. Like
that's not good.
it's been rough. It's been rough for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, COVID's one thing. All having to be indoors. Yeah, that's.
But then losing your house.
Your
Yeah.
house burning down in a forest fire is
Yep.
just
Yeah, that's
like,
not
oh, fuck. Give me a break, guys. Did we hear how Marty was doing? Did we hear?
How you doing, Marty?
How's the Marty doing?
No, we're gonna do Matt. We'll do mine last.
I think we did, Matt. He ate candies.
You get candies? Was that his update?
You
Okay.
still got rings.
Loved it.
Yeah, there's I got a cat on my desk here over to the side. What
It's
else?
a cat in a box.
And I found the episode where we made the arrangement to have the fight. So I've been on the side here, kind of looking through the episode to see what the terms were.
Nice.
I haven't quite zeroed in on it yet, though.
I just remember agreeing to do it and
I'm-
like, I'll fight him. I don't give a fuck.
It's
like
it's
that was
either-
it.
You would have agreed to anything.
It's
so,
either
Like,
I
you have to
didn't-
fight him with 2 claws tied behind your back, no armor, 0 spells. Like, I don't remember. It's just like, I don't care.
I remember what they are, but either I told you and it's on the tape, or I didn't tell you because it was going to be a surprise.
I approve of
we're
both.
good.
Yeah, because if it was the latter, that means you didn't ask, so therefore I didn't give you the information.
I feel like but I know yesterday or last week my plan was to be like, hey, so what did I agree to? Like,
Yeah.
I think the plan is to on day 2 at least stop by.
For me, what's been going on last week? Just going stir crazy in my apartment. Today I did pull the trigger on season's tickets for the Seattle Kraken. So
Nice.
I managed to cobble together a couple of like different packages that they had into a full season, and I saved about a third of the cost for
Nice.
effectively a better seat. So I was happy with my craftiness today.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Nice bar seating with like a little table in front of you too. Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. As long as they have a season, like who knows what's gonna happen.
Right.
basically 11 months from now. But
Right.
yep,
Well,
and then I've been playing the hell out of NHL 2021. I created like 12 players, spread them out in the league, and now I'm just managing a team to victory after victory.
Nice. Are you done with Crusader Kings at this point?
Yeah, Crusader Kings is put on pause. I'll go back to it. It's just it's like everything in life, very grindy. Like, in order to do a thing, you have to just sort of grind it out. And it's like, yay, okay, I got that territory now. What are we going to do now? Consolidate. Spend a lot of time consolidating. All right, let's get ready to grind to get the next territory. So
I like how you said everything in life. Not everything in games. Everything in life.
In life.
It's very grindy.
It is very grindy.
Enter. Glittering prizes.
Maybe some people have a
yes, I have the money.
Yes, maybe some people have a better time at it, but I find everything very, very grindy.
Dude, keeping that kitchen clean, doing laundry, it's always needs upkeep.
It's just the daily grind. That's why they call it the daily grind.
Eating food.
Anyways. Let's do a recap of what we did last game, and we'll distract our brains for a few hours. Season 2, episode 33. Only my shelf to blame. I didn't name that.
I'm pretty proud of that one.
Not
That's
my
a good
pun.
one. I like
that
that
was
one.
someone else's pun. The Jerks Emeritus returned to the Iron Pine residence to rest and recover from their foray into the catacombs beneath Maison Chalmers. They make a loose pact with the pair of nightmare horses before returning to the manor, as they are gluttons for pain and punishment. Their goal this time is to visit the strange library beneath the door under the stairs. There, they make contact with an entity that calls itself Shator, who is hungry for more books. There are a few more details there, but I think that is good enough for a liner note. Anything else you want to fill in? I know Neil stepped out right at the end of game. We decided that everyone took a book, or all the PCs took a book from the library. Neil, what book did Zephyros take?
Zephyros took the Denizens of Heshmala. It's a book about all the tuskers and animals and so on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys haven't studied your books. That might be a good downtime activity. Some of the books may have properties or give you bonuses or boons. I think if we zoom into the Pearl of Grand Station, which is what we're staring at right now, and we go to the Harrowstone Lane and the Slough, we've got the old Scarriage there, and if we switch over to the Iron Pine Residence, that is where the party was left. I will force you guys to that map.
This is still the same day, right?
It is the same... well, you guys decided to spend a full day crafting and such, and then you went in the evening to go visit the library. It's probably like 2-3 in the morning, so unless there's anything you want to do that evening, it'll be we'll fast forward to the next day.
I am just counting the days because obviously my Zephyros has a staff that needs to be charged.
That's right.
We want to be ready.
Yep.
If we got 5 hours, I'll learn Cloud Kill.
Well, that evening you don't have any more time because you spent the full day and then adventured a bit. So
that makes sense.
It sounds like all of you are beginning to settle in for an evening.
Right.
Give me a D20 roll. Let me know if any of you roll a 1, and this is just for the PCs.
D20.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. The night passes by uneventfully. I don't think any of you have any conditions that need to be worried about. I don't see any negative levels, or I don't think any of you are currently infected with the blood veil either.
No.
Which is
Can you force us over the map again? I had to reconnect.
Yep.
Thanks. Perfect.
Edgemane and Smoke, the two nightmare horses that are attached to the Grim Carriage that can traverse between the planes, or at least the pearls, when connected to nightmares, are simply outside. You can hear them rolling around the building. Like, they don't stay put very much. Bukerbeck sleeps in the living room. Fareosae has claimed the guest bedroom. Henry tries to get some reading in, but ends up falling asleep. His new ring not quite kicking in, and then Mr. PTSD himself, Thurgus, sleeps with his back against the front door.
It's very comfortable here on the floor.
What isn't so nice is the constant running of the Grim Carriage every once in a while across the cobbles outside.
Sure.
You wake up more than a couple of times with the horses moving around out there. The nightmares moving around out there. Next morning comes. This is the day that you were scheduled to have a fight at the Pearl Cantina. I believe you signed up Thurgus to fight some brutish plague zombie that they had captured in the fighting pit, and are to fight in the fighting pits beneath the Pearl Cantina. I think bets were actually placed on this. There might be a page
that's on
somewhere.
Loot tab.
Have we placed any bets yet, or are we still gonna?
Yeah.
I think the last time you have placed bets when you had arranged the fight several days ago. However, you're pretty sure if you get there before the fight that more betting can occur. And you said I just want to look at what bets have already been made.
I don't think Zephyros made a bet yet.
No. I think you might have actually had to step out that night, so we didn't want to spend your money.
Got it. The bet's on Thurgus to defeat Grog the zombie in the Pearl Fighting Arena is $1,000 from the Professor, $500 from Fareosae, and $1,500 from Thurgus. And then it looks like somebody also bet the fish scale blouse, the cackling blouse that you guys found in the swamp.
Yeah, we threw it down as like collateral because we were talking about selling it or something like that.
I think it's kind of a party bet there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. The market value is $6,000, so this would be a $3,000 bet, effectively.
Yeah.
Do we have any more powdered silver in the smithy?
I don't know. Maybe check your loot and treasure. There's probably an alchemical component section. If not, you could convert silver coins into powdered silver probably pretty easily.
Okay. I'd like to get enough of that for like 25 gold worth.
All right, so
have a little holy water, not a bad idea.
While everyone's having breakfast, Thurgus is grinding up silver, or however powdered silver is made. Yeah, I imagine there's some sort of grinding process.
Just using your blade on a cutting board, chopping vegetables.
Yeah.
yeah.
Christopher is there. Not that everyone can see him, but at least he's been verified as real.
I did have him learn magic weapon, I think, today. Let me double check.
Okay.
He's gonna pass me a different ability in preparation for the fight.
All right, the party's down in the kitchen. I don't know what the party's actually going to do today.
As part of, Zephyros is chatting to Thurgus, going, "Is there anything we can do to help?"
I'm not exactly sure of the rules, but I believe what we determined was that if you were in a crowd and like real subtle like, we could probably get away with it.
Okay. What if I made myself invisible?
I will leave that to your discretion.
Ah, okay. I'm just curious. I'm just trying to see. I'm thinking about it this morning. I thought maybe I should make you bigger, or give you bull strength, or something that they won't see.
I feel like we could ask those questions at the start of the fight. Like, maybe they were okay with pre-buffing or something. You could, like, borrow that fancy rod from Fareosae for, like, the extended spells or whatever. And we could do, like, extended good hope and extended enlarged person and lots of, Thurgus fuck shit up spells.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
And
Or he'll be like, that's cheating. Get the fuck in there and fight with your claws. I really don't know.
all right, we'll play it as we see it.
Oh, I have been looking for the challenge of trying to cast more in public, so I suppose maybe.
Hey, this is a great opportunity for you to do it, Professor.
Yes.
You need to practice.
Do you know what spell I have asked Bomba for this morning? He's looking right at the professor.
Oh, what was that?
Dimensional Anchor.
Ah, yes, I don't suppose you'll be working on scribing that down this afternoon, will you?
He waves his fingers at you dismissively. You've already had this conversation.
Yes, all right.
Yes, there are a few things I can put on you for the fight. If I'll keep them nearby, keep them saved up.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opinion that we try and fight as, like, relatively fair as possible, but
Yes.
I don't know if they're going to rig the fight against us. So I feel like we should be prepared to fuck over whoever tries to fuck us over.
Yes, I think things that don't have a particularly visible effect, heroism, death ward, delay poison, life bubble, potentially things like that. I'll keep them around. I'll make sure they're prepared.
I would say just have your God's name on your lips, as any true religious zealot knows. God is the best protection. Unless you're thinking of changing sides in the market for a new god.
Oh, of course not. The Bloodbrain's gonna make sure I fuck this fucker up so bad. He's gonna be there telling me, "Oh, Thurgus, you're amazing. Oh, Thurgus, do this." And it's gonna be so much blood. It's gonna be black because he's undead, right? Because he don't bleed, right? But he's gonna be there. I promise you. I can promise you will see him. As his avatar, he will be there.
He does like to make appearances around you, I've noticed. Yes, of course.
I'm clearly his favorite.
While I do not like to participate in such barbaric activities, I do have a trick that might be able to help.
What's that?
I could bless your weapon, and for a very short period of time, it would be very bad to get hit if you were undead.
Oh, that sounds like a great plan. So long as I'm allowed to bring a weapon.
I see.
I'm not exactly clear on the particulars. We should go early and make sure we get that straightened out.
And I think what I will do is I will make sure I have a couple of angry spells prepared. So if you feel that the fight is stacked against you, just get out of the way of the fire.
Bookrebeck could grant a sword, now only for 4 rounds, either Bane, Ghost Touch, Disruption. Like, this fight could go really quickly.
And it could go really poorly, I'm hoping not.
It could go really poorly.
I'm a big fan of those things. Bane Undead would be my preference.
Yeah.
I have access to Disruption myself. I can do that through Sacred Weapon. I do not have access to Holy or Bane as it stands right now, unless I'm using Warrior Spirit. So that I can do. I can add things to my weapon myself as well. So if he gives me, like, Bane Undead, and I give my sword Holy, and then I use Sacred Weapon for Disruption, I could destroy this dude like very quickly.
This is a really good feat. I'm gonna mark it down for another character. And I totally forgot about
Bless
this feat.
equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you there's a chain associated with it, align equipment, and it requires alignment channel, and it allows you to add some more benefits to it too. It's pretty good. I used it on a spirit guide oracle, who had a double channel pool.
For those that watch the Grimstone Chronicles campaign, this might be a feat for Dee Dee. Because it's weapons. You could bless your bow or another character's bow.
You can bless armor too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Righteous Might's on that list.
Cool. I just made a note of that. Yeah, that's what Bukarbeck's offering to do.
Nice. Yeah. I will definitely take the blessings of other gods, especially ones who have been so fiscally responsible.
You see, this undead plague has disrupted commerce, and therefore they have made an enemy of Bukarbeck.
I hear that. And he'll continue to like try and take this, bar of silver on a cheese grater or whatever he's doing.
Right.
Try and like make this silver,
However,
like
it's
stick it in like a mortar and just kind of like hammer it.
It's like you're just sawing pieces
Yeah.
of silver and collecting the dust, I guess. I don't know.
Shavings of some kind.
Yeah.
See how it works out.
Yeah, you've made enough for you can convert, I guess, 250 silver into the equivalent amount of.
Sweet. Works for me.
Yeah.
I'll note it.
All right. It is still early in the morning. It's like 9 a.m. by the time you finish. You got up early and you created some silver dust, and the parties had breakfast and prepared their spells and probably slept in a little bit because you were up late the night before. What are you doing? The fighting's likely not until the evening.
Didn't you guys have like some sort of contract with some lady who was supposed to give us like a reward or something?
Well, that might be, but it feels like I'm counting the minutes until your fight. Everything else seems like a sideshow today.
It's pretty great, right?
I agree. It is a nice bit of distraction amongst all the gloom.
Provided, of course, you don't die.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that.
One of the things we want to get out of the fight is a chat with the folks in the crowd to see if we can learn more about the plague doctors and their involvement, which would be useful for the lady that we need to return the vampire remains to.
Yes, that's right. A sound strategy. Perhaps we delay meeting the good god captain for a while longer.
Yeah, talking to people is kind of your thing. I'll do the smashing thing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Shall we then rest and recoup our strength for the big fight in the night of revelry? Perhaps learn a few spells? Either that or go pound the pavement and stir up an uproar of excitement for tonight's bout.
That's an option.
You mean like be our own fight promoters?
There's something to that effect, I suppose.
I think more aptly making sure we're not getting screwed.
Oh, that's a fair
Oh,
point.
Yeah, it's a good idea as well.
yeah, that sounds bad.
It'd also be nice to just sell things. We have a lot of stuff that we've accumulated. If we can find any open shops that would just buy a few of these things, that might be time well spent.
I thought you were selling things to the fairies in the attic.
I could certainly do that. I'm happy to work with them. They have good connections.
Oh. Or maybe you could summon the fairies in the attic to the fight so that there's more people to watch.
Oh, that's a good thought. Yes, I'll bring them together and sell a little bit of stuff and promote our endeavors with them.
Yeah.
But that's not going to
perhaps
cause
the rest
like a
of you go
panic or anything, right?
Mogadam's got ideas for keeping instead of eating.
What do you specifically want to keep, Macrino?
No, oh, never mind. It doesn't work.
While you talk to them and do commerce, perhaps you could refill our magical ink coffers. We've been dipping in heavily lately.
These wizards and their magic ink.
I'll see what I can do.
There's 3 of them that are just constantly writing in their books.
And now 2 of us are gonna have the ring of sustenance. So like, we're gonna need a supply of ink for this, guys. Be up all night penning.
Yeah, 1,000 gold pieces per day per person is the rate at which you can sell goods. So you could spend the day selling goods. You could also spend the day penning spells, or you could I don't know, go to the Pearl Cantina early, or as Matt said, travel around the town, see if there's anything that's still open.
So Zephyrus will spend some time selling stuff. He doesn't have anything that he's particularly looking to scribe at the moment.
Well, I can summon fairies to the attic, and we can the folks that want to spend time doing commerce can do commerce there. Yep. I'll learn Cloud Kill because I have the scroll, but it'll take I think 5 hours to learn it.
How long would it take to go to the Pearl Cantina and come back?
It's just down the street.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I walk down there like first thing in the morning, I could get a sense of what the rules are for the encounter, or at least like what they tell me the rules are for the rules of engagement, and then I could come back and kind of collect my thoughts.
Yeah, Thurgus can go walk down there and see if he can chat people up. Is anyone going with Thurgus aside from Christopher?
Oh, I gotta go talk to the man in charge.
Ooh, you should probably not go alone. Some sort of bodyguard, just in case.
Oh, you're gonna protect me, or we're gonna like trade off. You'll be my bodyguard, then I'll be your bodyguard.
Plenty of time. We could all go to start with, and then come back to the house.
Yeah, splendid. Perhaps they have some dainty morsels for us to treat ourselves with.
An early
Perhaps.
morning drink.
Okay. Are you taking your Grim Carriage, Edgemane, and Smoke, or are you just going to walk down the street?
I was planning on walking.
I'm a fan of walking, yeah.
Zephyrus is not walking anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk.
No, fair. All right.
I'm so proud of you, Neil.
All right, so you guys
I wake up, overland
What
flight.
the fuck are they doing way down the street? They're like, you can see both the horses have dragged the carriage all the way down the street, and they're eating something out of a gutter. One of them looks up at you, the other one looks up at you, and then clearly, well, it's like, do they look guilty? What were they eating?
Hey, are you eating innocent people?
Not people, just a dog.
Was it a good boy or was he dead?
It tasted good.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah, he was a good boy.
And they seem to enjoy the joke.
I'm very disappointed in you. Dogs are man's best friend. And bears like them too.
They scowl at you,
I shake my head in a very patronizing way.
right? They soon pull up the carriage, allowing the group of you to enter. They bitch a little bit when they realize that you basically got them to go down the street. It appears that the denizens of the Pearl Cantina have been decorating. As you can see, that there are some tied up zombies that are strung up on posts and in barbed wire along the barricade.
Oh, jeez.
It's a very purposeful act. The zombies kind of try to reach out towards you if they have any articulation left. You're not too sure why they're doing this.
You know, far from me to be one of political correctness, but I feel like this is kind of in poor taste. Like, what if you was, living down the street and you walked down and you saw your grandma hanging from some sort of rafter as like a decoration? Would you feel kind of bad?
Oh, my grandmother regularly hangs from the rafters these days, often cackling and insulting me, so I feel bad then. Does that count?
So Quoros looks them up and down, trying to see if any of the zombies looks like a grandmother.
Nope. They look like we'll say 3 men and a halfling.
Oh, I see the little one over there. He's so cute. I go inside.
Okay.
That's a Steve Gutenberg movie, I think. Yeah.
2 men and a baby, 3 men and a halfling. Zombie version. Got it. Yeah, exactly.
3 men and a half zombie.
You guys are some of the guards or people who are just on watch do move the barricade aside. Immediately you are confronted by Vark. It looks like their numbers have multiplied.
You got any junk? Do you have junk? Do you want to trade?
Yeah, we can hear you. Luke, you're good. I think Luke's lost feed.
Yeah, I've lost Luke's. If you could restart your VC, that'd be great, Luke.
Fareosae, you want to talk to the little scroungers?
Oh, I don't think they have anything useful to say, but let me see if I have any junk.
Yeah, you see other little Vark claws reaching out towards you.
Ooh.
What do they want?
I will take from my back a parasol that I got from in the Badlands.
Okay.
Say, I will give you this parasol if you tell me about any plague doctors that you've seen coming through this way.
Yes.
You get 3 or 4 of them that are just agreeing with you. Give me a sense motive.
Yeah, they're not the most trustworthy crew. Do I have sense motive on here? Yeah, there we go. 15.
Okay, some of them just want the parasol. There are a couple of them that do nod to you. It doesn't appear they have any information here. Maybe this will glean something later on.
Yeah, I'll offer it to one of the ones that seem to nod.
Okay. I'm going to give you a gather info point, which will remind me how many points you have when we actually make the roll to see how well you've gathered information. So Fareosae has bribed the Vark effectively.
Oh, are we just giving them like semi-useful things?
Do you have junk?
When you said
Yes.
semi-useful things, there are a bunch of them that are standing in front of you with their arms outstretched with these pleading looks on their faces. The Vark look remarkably similar to one another, and they're all look like they're temporarily on their best behavior because there's a chance they might get something.
Okay. I reach into my pack and I pull out some air crystals.
What is that junk? Junk.
So like, if you stuck underwater, you just chew on them, and you can breathe without opening your mouth.
Bark, 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 bark like junk.
You alright?
They
Just
bark
give it to 'em.
Vark amongst each other, and apparently one of them decided through the arcane ritual of Varkish decision making to now be the caretaker of your junk.
So Quoros just listen in because he's fluent in Vark.
Yes, they said Vark a bunch of times, but it was the inflection and them referencing probably the last time they decided that allowed them to decide who got their turn.
That's interesting.
There's a bit more of a heuristic going on than just it's your turn, but it's almost like they were playing a game where you want the junk, but you also want to be the one who doesn't get the junk because the next junk might be better.
Oh, as kids, we all played that junk game.
Yes. So one of them won or lost, depending on, the overall outcome. But they do take your item, take it off your sheet, and Thurgus, you haven't really asked for anything, but the Vark, I don't know, might treat you better next time.
Yeah, all right, enjoy that. Like, drown one of your friends or something. And then I walk by.
The other Vark are holding out their hands for other things. You notice Bukerbeck kind of slaps one of the Bark hands when they got too close to his pouch.
There is no honor in begging.
Oh, you're saying we should make them earn it? Like, maybe make the Vark fight as a lead-up to my match with the undead thing?
I am saying that this beggary is not proper trade.
Yeah, alright.
The closest thing it might be is a trade for favors, but the lack of verbal contracts makes me nervous. It seems an awful lot like charity.
So you're saying I should ask for something first, and not just give them stuff?
To each his own, but as a priest of Bompadamadomba, I must be careful of such tricks.
Yeah, so there's many Vark. You never know who you negotiated with. Even I, who speak their language, sometimes find it hard.
I could have kept all those things that you gave them.
Oh, I'm well beyond needing air crystals anymore. I just kind of shrug.
Okay, you guys go into the entry hall. Mog is there kind of napping. Mog is the GIF is what they are called. Bodyguard, kind of resident thug. Right-hand man of Sai. He's missing a hand. This happened during the fight, some of you know, against the spider and his gang. He's borderline narcoleptic, if not so. He was just napping and snorted awake when all of you guys were shuffling through. He perks up as he's fought zombies briefly at the side of both Bukerbeck and Thurgus before. He burps hello.
You all right there?
Yeah? You fight tonight.
Oh, I'm pretty excited about it, not gonna lie.
That thing eats people. That thing. No want to get in pit with that thing.
You might not, but I'm very excited.
Yeah? You gonna win?
Is there any... I don't know, he says very loudly. I'm very scared about my chances.
He playfully punches you in the breastplate, kind of thing.
Punch back.
Yeah, champ. 2-1 against you, though.
Oh, is that right? People have so much faith in me. I feel like those odds are a little low.
They not see you fight. They not know what you do.
I lean in really close. That's a good thing.
Oh, so maybe you should, maybe
Like walk around with a limp or something, like I got hurt.
No, Mog thinks he maybe change his bet.
What was your bet?
Just you.
Oh,
He gets up from his seat and he stumbles into the Pearl Cantina with you. The Pearl Cantina, I don't know, this time of day kind of feels like a hangover. Like the feeling of the room is hungover. There are lots of people that are half napping. The place is kind of turned into a like part refugee camp, part business, part stores depot, part bar. And then, of course, it was always a cantina bar plus a brothel to begin with. The place is overrun with people. There's just a warmth coming from the place. It's quiet in here. You can see Samson the Dirty is just simply serving coffee, and some of the regulars are not here. You don't see Sai. You do see Muba, who's talking quietly with one of the servers, Sweet Josie, and then a lot of people milling about.
Where did he go to change his bet? Like, did I see who he talked to?
Oh, no, he's coming in with you guys.
Okay.
He does slip into the back room. There is a back area that you catch a glimpse of, Thurgus. There might be a bar back there. It is separated by a door. Like, there's a different lounge. You get the sense that it might be a private lounge that somehow Sai has kept the riffraff and the refugees and citizens of this area of the Slough Borough from overpacking.
So Fareosae says to Thurgus, I wonder if he just went to bet against you or to bet in your favor.
I feel like initially he bet against me, but my act of being scared did not persuade him, and now possibly he thinks I am ridiculously overconfident, which I am. And then he looks around.
Ridiculously underconfident.
Or it's possible.
Maybe he's not that intelligent.
Or he just thinks I'm shooting my mouth and I'm definitely gonna die today. We'll never know.
Well, you better not die. I have 1,000 Zollers riding on you.
It hurts me a little bit that that's the first thing you thought of, but then again, we've only known each other for a week, so I understand.
What do you mean?
Has it really only been a week? It doesn't feel like that.
It's been a pretty short amount of time.
Have we had a drink together? I don't think so.
Last time we were here, I believe so, but I'm not going to drink today, you understand. You know, what be tip-top bear shape.
Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot the fight. No, I didn't really almost forget. I'm just joking. So Fareosae's working on his sense of humor.
I would hate for you to drink alone, though, Zephyros.
Yeah, what are we having, Professor? It's early morning.
Samson, with all the talk of drinking, puts the coffee pot away. He pulls out the whiskey bottle slowly as if it was a question, and then he's just staring at the mobile bag with tentacles that has taken a spot and is grinning happily at him on the bar. Mockernam is...
You want whiskey, Mockernam?
Oh, yeah, for keeping or for eating?
For drinking.
Oh, for eating.
Yes.
Okay. Samson starts to pour whiskey. Apparently there is no when it comes to that question of whiskey in this place.
What happens if Mockernam gets drunk?
What? I'll be drunk.
He may throw up.
Could you, give us the wrong person's stuff if he was really,
No.
sloshed?
No, I can drink the drink I would have drank so as to get drunk. Why is drunk not a name, a word?
Mockernam, are you drunk already?
No.
Have you ever been drunk?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Sense motive.
This one time, a bunch of bottles that I was supposed to drink for keeping, they broke. I turned into a pink bucket for at least 2 hours.
Was that fun, Mockernam?
I think so.
And I look at the barkeep. Keep him coming. I want to see this.
The barkeep accidentally overpoured one of the drinks. He's staring at Mockernam, and he moves away like he's somewhat frightened. He just leaves the bottle behind.
I'm going to cast Delay Poison into the Ring of Spell Knowledge too.
Okay.
Then cast Delay Poison out of my Bard spells onto myself. So I'm doing kind of a Witch to Bard spell slot transfer here.
Ooh, look at you.
All right. No one at the bar really cares about your benign spellcasting. Bookrebek glanced at you, pixels dancing around your head happily because you're calling upon the patron of autumn, but there's nobody here who recognizes or cares.
And then I'm going to take one big shot and knock it all the way back.
Nice. And
I am curious if Delay Poison delays the effects of alcohol.
yes.
It is a poison.
Copious amounts of alcohol would be considered a poison effect, so it does.
Yes. So I have a little bit of a plan. And I'm going to... Thurgus, we should chat a little bit before the big event.
Okay.
But not here.
Right. Well, I'm really just here to find, like, a fight promoter and, like, you know, get a refresher on the rules. And I start looking around for, like,
Okay.
are there any, like, posters that are saying, like, hey, bet on this thing, here's what's happening, etc. Like, maybe I can glean some of the rules.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of, in fact, any of that.
You should ask around, Thurgus. Let folks know you're interested in the rules of the fight that you're about to do. I'll bet they know if they've bet on you.
I'll ask the
probably
barkeep.
won't give them much confidence.
Who's taking all the bets for tonight's events?
He gives you a look like you're being a little too loud. He kind of...
Oh, sorry. Who's taking all the bets?
He points over at a table with, good God, this guy's face and skin looks like roadkill. He's got two giant horns coming out of his head. He's sitting at the table with a halfling in leathers. You could hear the halfling talking, and his accent is so thick. He's some regional dialect of wherever that creature is from that just makes it really thick and hard to understand.
Does that guy need some healing?
Samson chuckles a little bit and doesn't make any issue of that.
Yeah, I'll lean over to Zephyros and go, are we really not allowed to bet on fights down here in the slough? For God's sakes, they're openly running a brothel. I believe I paid for someone to graft someone else's body onto my own. I thought there were more or less rules down here. Fights, really, gambling.
Maybe the fighting is not the problem.
I think he was hungover.
So, also they said, one go. You get it? One go.
I fucking heard this joke like 5 times, says the man with the roadkill for face.
Excuse me, sir. Do you require healing?
I don't know, do I?
I thought I'd ask. You seem like you're in good spirits, though. So are you taking bets on the fight?
Could you be a little louder? First, I've got a fucking headache from yesterday. Second,
Sure, I can. Excuse me, sir. Are you taking bets on the fight? And I just let it bellow because whoosh.
The quiet music from a couple of the musicians stops. Everyone at every table stops and sort of glances over towards you. There's a visible awkward pause. The roadkill faced tiefling just lets out an audible sigh. Oh. All right, I'm no longer pissed off, just annoyed. He is stupid, isn't he? Oh, he's getting into the ring with that fucker.
Oh yeah,
Is it
you mean
Scottish?
me? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna fight whatever it is I haven't met yet, and I'm pretty sure I won't die.
Your funeral, or you could join them. That's what happens, you know. People get bit, get the disease. You don't have the disease. You're probably too stupid to get the disease. Yeah, I'm taking bets.
Right, could you, like, give me a refresher on what I signed up for? Like, what the rules are? Am I allowed to bring things in? Do I got, like, you know, hand-to-hand combat or something?
Tink. He flicks your armor. Your armor's good. That sword ain't.
Is it because it's too big? Is it, like, outside the legal limit?
I'm sure if you brought a knife in, people aren't going to hop into the ring to try to stop it.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to understand. I don't want to break any rules.
Can you make a fist?
Oh, I got these claws. Rawr.
I don't imagine they're going to declaw you before sending you in the ring.
That's a good thing. What about, like, if I was to really prep myself up, like if I wanted to use a bit of magic or something?
Magic, huh?
Maybe.
He glances kind of past you at the party as he saw perhaps who you wandered in with.
I've got some fans who want me at my best.
Fans, huh? That group over there won a big fight not too long ago in these parts. Before you showed up.
Oh, did they?
He just purses his lips and forces a smile.
Yeah, I don't really know. I wasn't here at the time.
Spells. I believe that by default you're allowed 3 incantations. Of course, understand that each incantation you take, someone's also going to cast on Grog. The people around here seem to like their zombie slayer.
Okay, that makes a bit of sense. What if, like, I'm in the ring and I invoke my god and I cast something on myself because it's just me? Does that count against it, or is it, like, in addition to because it's something I'm doing?
You're going to stand there and cast spells while a zombie tries to eat your face off.
I mean, I have a lot of faith in my god. I'm sure I'll be fine.
He shrugs. All power to you.
Alright. I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to maintain my honor, so to speak, and I want to make sure this is all above board, because, you know, worst case scenario, I die, but at least I wasn't cheating. And best case scenario, I walk away with some money that was, like, rightfully earned. So it's kind of in my best interest, you know, to be above board.
Worst case scenario, you get the blood veil, and we have to either capture you or kill you.
Oh, well, I die, you know, it's all the same thing, really.
He shrugs, not convinced that it is the same thing.
That's fine, it suits my purposes to play dumb.
Well, Boren stands up at the table so that he's kinda eye level with you. I think Thurgus is pretty tall.
He's like 7'6" or
yeah,
something.
He's still not at eye level, but at least in the same ballpark. You're gonna be pretty fucking tough to get in there with him.
I could take a beating, if that's what you're asking.
Careful. There is a wizard who likes his pet.
Is that right?
That's right. How do you think we keep control of him? He casts a spell and makes him dance.
That son of a bitch stole my move!
Alright, I feel like I've seen that before, and it was not very threatening.
Yeah, it's a figure of speech, but I suppose we could make him dance. It definitely makes him stop on command. A good thing for it, eh?
Yeah, alright. And this wizard fellow, he's like a wizard and not an alchemist, right?
He's got all sorts of powers. I've seen him cast spells on the thing after the fight starts. When you start casting spells, the wizard's going to be casting spells on his pit.
Uh-huh. And you guys are like okay with this?
Yes.
So it's like a pet battle. It's like
he's got a pet, and like my team is like betting on a big bear. It's like, oh, Thurgus, use claw attack, and like that kind of thing.
He's looking at you. Honestly, insanity of combat begins. It's anyone's game.
All right, good to know. I appreciate your time.
You might just
what's
piss
your
off,
name?
You just might piss off a wizard, then.
Are you the wizard?
Yeah, I'm fucking born.
You fucking what?
I'm born.
Oh, born. You're born.
I'm born.
Got it. I'm Thurgus.
this
And I
is-
like a
Yeah,
shove my
he
hand.
shakes your hand. Rovacek's just rolling his eyes. He seems less impressed with you.
All right, well, it's not to meet you, born. I appreciate your time. And like, I look over to the.
It's good to meet you. Anyone's crazy enough to get into the fucking ring with Grog.
What do you know about Grog? Like, why is it so crazy?
It's fucking big.
Like, how big are we talking?
Like, he's sort of looking above your head. Fucking bigger than you.
Right. But like, how big? Like, 2 Thurguses, 3 Thurguses.
Yeah, if I stand on your head, you're probably as tall, but there's probably more of me that could go on the other side. 2 of you to the side, 1 more tall.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
Was he fucking some kind of fucking half-giant ogre or something? Something like that. Hey, some sort of fucking half-giant ogre or something.
But you've seen him bleed. Right.
Oh, we've seen Grog bleed plenty of times. When he's alive and when he's dead. Well, he doesn't more like bleed, it's more like a rich stew.
Yeah, like that black pussy mucusy stuff. Oh, it's unnatural. I
Yeah, don't
like
worry
it.
about it though. We don't need cleanup crew here. The ground just sucks it all up.
Oh, that's nifty.
Yeah, it's old stones. They're hungry for blood.
Old stones.
Yeah, there's old stones all around here. Half of our basements I make from it.
How
That sounds oddly specific.
interesting.
I've never heard of these old stones before.
Oh, they're not called old stones. They're just old stones.
Are they like magical? Do they like drink blood? And they're like,
I just fucking tell you. You think they're magical? It drinks fucking blood. You put a drop of blood on it, it fucking disappear. What? Try to help. You try to help a man out.
like I said, I feel like I appreciate your time, but I'm very confused. So I'll be about my business. It was good meeting you, and I'll like walk away very confused.
Were you going to make another bet? Or did you forget?
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
Rovacek's like now pissed off, annoyed.
I've got like this cool javelin that's magic and stuff. You want me to like put that down as collateral? Would you take that?
He thinks I'm a fucking merchant.
Is that a no?
Fine. He says, give me your javelin. I will appraise it for you.
I set down the javelin of lightning.
Okay? Or is it just a +1 shock javelin?
It's a little bit different. It's very similar, but it's a little bit. I think it's actually a consumable.
It is
I'll look
a
it up.
javelin of lightning? Okay.
It is a javelin of lightning.
You're betting this on yourself.
Why would I bet it on the other guy? If I die, it's not like I'm going to collect.
You have cubs or something?
That's a very presumptuous term. But no, Thurgus is not sired any cubs.
Rovacek grins and just puts the javelin off to the side.
I'm gonna dance with the band, dance along to the band for a bit,
Okay.
and then chat them up and see if they'd enjoy having me sit in with them for a little bit, and play some pipes. See if I can just make them, a little bit better.
Yeah,
Essentially.
you offer. Let's see what you got. Says the male Jenny born.
Absolutely. I'll pull out the greater Satyrs pipes, the dark wood pipes, and and play a bit.
Okay, give me a perform check to see if you can impress fellow musicians.
I think I'll be able to pull that off.
And what is the mood of the music that you're playing?
It's jovial.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what culture?
What culture are they? It'll be a little bit snake charmer, a little bit Middle Eastern kind of vibe.
Okay.
As I see Fareosae start to, start playing with the band, I'll pull out a silent image wand, and I will summon a silent image of Zellara to dance around to the music in front of the band.
And I'm explicitly trying to not make them look bad.
Yep.
I'm not trying to outshine them. I really am trying to make friends with the band.
Pixel's going to help if she has ranks in perform, or maybe perform dance.
Yeah, since I have ranks, Pixel has ranks.
Pixel's going to dance along with the music, kind of fly and dance around, so she's trying to help.
Let me, I rolled mine. I'll roll Pixel's as well to see if that helps. Just barely it does.
Okay, and then Henry, you're going to cast a silent image of Zellara, but something happens. There is a flash of Zellara, and it's almost like you thinking about Zellara caused Zellara for a moment to activate.
Ooh.
And you are distracted by Zellara's Harrow deck, or at least the case that was in it, lifting off your belt and flinging across the room.
I'll follow it immediately. Ooh, where are you going, Zellara?
It basically went into this little booth area.
I'll go in the booth. Is there a curtain or anything?
Yeah, so you can see it looked like Henry tried to throw something at you. The two musicians are looking at it's actually very good. You 41 is what you got with your check.
Yeah.
They are very impressed, and they are to the point where they're angry with the professor who looked like he threw something at her, and they actually intervene. What are you doing? She's a craftsman. Yes, we don't take kindly to that type of critique.
Not now, please. I will vanish.
It's okay. The professor's just clumsy. I'll drop 10 silvers into their pot.
Okay. Yes, they come rushing back. They say something in some elemental tongue, like you're pretty sure it was an insult, like something like a fire elemental tongue, like a fire elemental calling a human a water bag or something. Henry, you go over and you notice that the curtains kind of were seeping closed, and the cards are all flying around angrily.
I'll go in and close the curtain soundly behind me.
And the image of Zellara looks incensed. And she looks up at the cards towards you and says, "Betrayer!"
What? What do you mean? What have I done, Zellara?
Zellara is very angry.
Seems fair.
The cards all flick back into the deck. There is what looks like the deck becomes one giant card, like all the cards fuse angrily together. Mm-hmm. And then the whole thing slides back into its pouch, and she's pointing at you.
Please, what have I done? I swear it wasn't intentional. Please.
Okay. Her gaze goes down your arm, your left arm, to the bony finger that has replaced
Yes.
your own. Your grandfather's ring is there, and then in a blink she disappears, and there's a very, very cold spot in the little booth.
I'll hold up my hand. I know you can still hear me. Surely you must know to what end I've made this devil's pact. Surely you must know I paid this price as a means to an end. I have damned myself, I worry, but it may be enough, Zellara. Given what we're up against, it may yet be enough.
Okay, is this a lie or is this truth?
This is true. The professor is definitely. He doesn't want this power to do evil things. He wants it to study, and he made a promise to Zellara, and he's somewhat invested. It's the closest he's going to get to redemption, is trying to avenge, her and her son, and, there's going to be some great magic along the way, he thinks, so it all works out. But I basically sort of sold my soul to use the weapons of the enemy here, is kind of how Professor sees it. And
all right, that seems to be an interesting argument. Give me a diplomacy check to see if you can convince Zellara that you have not sold your soul to the enemy for other reasons.
For personal gain.
Yeah.
Diplomacy.
Okay, so you make your argument, you reach out towards the deck of cards, and the whole pack goes flying out of the booth and lands at the feet of both Zephyros and Thurgus.
You drop something, and I'll start to pick it up.
Okay, there's this leather satchel.
I just like any friend would when you drop coins on the ground. I'll just kind of pick it up and go to hand it back to him.
Yeah. What happens when it gets close to me, I guess.
Okay. The cards grow very cold, and a feeling of dread begins to crawl up your hand as you are bringing the cards closer to Henry.
Are they supposed to be this cold?
No, I fear Zellara has turned against me. I fear that she sees me now as an enemy. I don't know if she'll ever forgive me for the price I've paid.
Are you going like this? Yeah, yes. You are playing a game of warmer and colder with the ghost, and it's reacting each time it gets close to the professor.
You want me to give this to Mokranum for keeping, then maybe?
Oh, I'm trying to get drunk.
Perhaps you keep hold of them for now, Thurgus. You have a truer heart than me, I'm afraid. I'm weak-willed when it comes to my pursuits, I fear. I'll sit down sadly in the booth. The price has been too high sometimes, Thurgus. Too high.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people betting against me, and it's kind of grating on me.
Professor, do you have any remaining points or abilities left from Zellara's cards except for your intelligence bonus?
No, I think I've used the last card I got. Yeah.
Okay. You suspect that until you have rid yourself of the evil aura or stain that Zellara senses, you will no longer benefit from the cards.
I'll be pretty sad in this booth. The things I've done and the people that have turned on me, and it's getting to be a little bit much for the professor. he just can't catch a break. It seems he's trying to help, and every time he helps, people call him a monster.
Okay. The crawling claw, the hand of the archmage just sits there with you, kind of like mimicking your glumness.
Oh yes. Oh, hasn't been this bad since I lost my library card.
Yep. Yeah, it just kind of it like moves in beside the same hand. I think it's the left hand, and just sort of mimics the motion of your left hand. Like if you've got it on the table, it just kind of mimics exactly what you're doing.
Did you find out the details for your fight?
Oh yeah, and he stores the deck. He doesn't know what it is or what it does, only that it turns cold.
Yeah, so I'm allowed 3 spells before I go in, and I'm allowed to cast pretty much whatever the fuck I want once I'm inside, but there's like a crazy powerful wizard dude who has this zombie for a pet. So he's gonna be like casting a whole bunch of spells on his zombie, and I think if I'm reading between the lines, once I'm in the ring, it's pretty much no holes barred. Also, I'm not allowed to take my sword.
Oh, well, quite insightful. That's good.
You should return to us later, says Dunamon, the Jannyborn. You can play with us this evening when the crowds grow thick.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, I'll get back to what I've been doing over the course of the day, looking for those big flat silver coins that seem to show up wherever those plague doctors have been.
Ah, yes. Some of us may be helping one of the sides during the fight later.
Ah,
What is curious about this particular abomination is that it has a mind.
Yes. I've heard of those. I've even seen maybe one of them. Very dangerous. Very curious. Did it always have a mind? Did you, was it dead? Did anyone here see it before it rose?
The ogre did frequent this tavern. We believe that it returned here out of a strange sense of nostalgia. Perhaps it still retained memories from its life. Of course, we had to capture it. Well, one of the wizards here has captured it, otherwise we might still be fighting him.
Ah, wonderful. Which wizard? Was it that Logrim?
Indeed, it was Master Logrim who caught the beast.
Wonderful.
Master Logrim who benefits from its winnings. Well, that and our local duke, he says with a bit of disdain.
Powerful chap. Be unfortunate if he were to not come out on top this time. Thurgus is pretty strong, though. We'll have to see.
Of course, Master Logrim has a lot of money. He would likely pay for your services to boost the combative power of this
interesting
devil of his.
Interesting. I may have a little conversation with him. Thank you.
We would like to also benefit from this, he says.
Oh, yes. No, anything that I can get from him, I'll share with you. I like fellow musicians.
I have a better idea, says the Vipress. We boost one side, you boost the other. We charge them both.
That sounds like a winning plan. I'm rather fond of Thurgus. I think he'll do quite well. Which side would you like to boost? I can play the other side for a bit.
I'm sure you can wiggle 1,000 coins out of a contestant like this. Surely
Master Logrim would pay 1,000 or 2 for this fight.
Interesting. Are they asking me to pay them to help one side or the other?
No,
Is
they
that the vibe
they
I'm
want
getting?
to, between the three of you, charge both sides a couple thousand gold pieces, and then
That
split
makes
split
sense.
that 3 ways.
Yeah. No.
They're
I'm
looking to
all-
make basically 333 gold pieces.
Yeah. Do you want let's see, how will the logistics of this work? If you go and talk to Logrim and get something out of him, I'm sure that I can get something out of Thurgus and his folks. But we could also do the reverse. And that might play up the odds on Thurgus a bit more, because I would be seen as opposing Thurgus when people think I would more naturally be helping him.
You did walk in with him. It might be an easier sell for us to talk to Logrim, and your Thurgus.
Let's do that, yes.
Besides, I would not want to make Logrim an enemy.
Oh no, you guys work here. You should keep him very close on your side.
She looks relieved that you're okay with putting yourself in the target of Logrim.
A little battle of the bands we'll have. I think that together we'll make very entertaining music for everyone.
Okay, the bards are hatching their little schemes. Who shall benefit for what with what bard music? They do go off to the side. They seem to knock at the door to the gambler's den and then shuffle in, closing the door behind them.
Zephyrus strides up to Robocek.
Yep.
Because he was listening to the conversation between Thurgus, Born, and Robocek, and he was like, and he's asking, he's just inquiring about what the odds are against Thurgus.
2 to 1.
2 to 1. Why?
It's a good bet if you believe in your man, bear thing.
Yes. but why just 2 to 1?
Some of us caught a glimpse of him and how he fought those zombies outside. He made short work of them. He carries an adamantine blade, which means that, well, he either stole it from someone or actually might know how to use it. Use it enough that he was able to afford a fucking adamantine blade. He fights in full plate. He seems to move around. He's a bit dumb, but that's not a prerequisite to being a good fighter. 2 to 1 seems appropriate.
Right, but what I get that you're saying the odds are against Thurgus. Why do you believe the odds are for this other creature?
Ah, you haven't seen it fight. You should have been here last 5 day.
Okay.
Harry,
It should have.
right,
What was the creature?
he fucking picked up a man and just fucking ripped his arms out of his sockets. The man was still just fucking hanging there because somehow he got his fucking face lodged right into the teeth of the creature. So it was like his own fucking drawn and quartered.
Is that a painting you're describing?
Zephyrus just turns to Born and just looks at him, going. He doesn't say it, but he's kind of like, "Was I talking to you?"
Right. he's just exclaiming. Robocek.
He's like, "I've been in fights, Born. I know what that looks like. I'm not particularly impressed."
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome. There are some other assholes that thought they were pretty tough too. They got their ass kicked.
Yes.
2 to 1.
So what's the minimum bet here?
I don't know. You don't look like a Vark.
I'll tell you what. I'll put down $100 on my man Thurgus.
All that talking for
Cheapskate.
He's like, all that talking for $100.
This is just This is just a sentimental bet. I'm not trying to make money. Do I look like I'm in need of money?
You fucking joking me? Your staff's not made out of gold, and you don't have ironstones floating around your head. Of course you want money.
I have moonstones floating around my head, and I'm in for 250 more.
Okay. All right. Make sure you guys mark down your bets on the bet sheet. Like, he takes your $100 bet, but he's not impressed by your $100 bet.
To be fair, Sephiroth has paid a lot of money for his staff. He doesn't have any more to bet.
Fair enough.
Although you do see that Thurgus put down a magic item. He bet a magic item, and Rovacek seems to be accepting that at sell value.
Begrudgingly.
It feels like Rovacek would just complain for the sake of complaining.
Yeah.
He thinks any bet made for Thurgus is a lost bet, so he's just going to make money.
Oh, do you need me to spot you something?
What do you mean? You want to bet on yourself?
I mean, I've got another one of those like weapons I'm not using. We can throw it down.
Nah, that's okay. That's okay. We've got enough on this.
You don't believe in me, do you?
Fucking put it in.
They'd be foolish to bet against you.
You fucking right, mate. And I pat him on my shoulder, and I let everyone see that I talk to myself and pat myself on the shoulder.
Thurgus, I think we're reaching the limit of what they're going to pay.
I'll set the pronged spear on the table.
One and didn't pay. And you hear me, I will kick every ass if that's happened.
Your $100 isn't gonna break the bank.
That's awesome.
Yes, my $100 might not. But as you saw, I didn't walk in here alone, did I?
Can he appraise the pronged spear?
Yeah, what did you just toss down?
It's a +2 shock long spear.
Ooh.
Thurgus is getting like he's a little afraid because everyone else is so confident, but that's making him like more and more eager. So he's like slowly throwing down like serious loot. I think that's as rich for his blood as he goes.
Yeah, so you basically made a $9,000 bet on yourself. Yourself again. He doesn't like appraise it immediately, but he puts it off to the side. He made a note that you were betting on yourself, and they're probably going to appraise it later.
This is from my buddy Zephyros, who totally believes in me.
And I smack him on like the lower back because he's so tall, and I'm still jealous.
Ah, touching.
Yes, that is what he's doing. Great observation.
Oh yeah, touching friends.
Okay, Rovacek finishes the very rough paperwork. He collects the things, and then he gets up and goes into Sai's office.
Zephyrus just floats back to Markernum and finishes his whiskey.
That's all right. Everyone's got to be so fucking rude. They're likely either registering the bets or talking to Sai.
Wait, so this now means Zephyrus has a 9,900 bet on... sorry, a 9,100 bet on Thurgus.
Yes.
Okay. Jeez. All right. Living on the wild side. I mean, you're going to win.
It's functionally a +3 weapon, right? So it's like 18
grand
or something.
Sorry, 18,300. So it's a 9,150 gold piece bet.
Yeah, throwing down
on top of our other $6,000 bet and assorted $1,500 other bets.
Who has the $6,000 bet? I don't see that on here.
It's like the sum of everything else.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You guys spend time drinking whiskey, coffee, and it's around noon by this point. Like,
I'm gonna slip 10 silver to Fernie, and just say, how are you doing, young lady? I hope you're doing well.
Oh shit.
Thanks, she says. You can see that she was like dusting the same spot for a while for some reason.
I'll just give her a wink.
Okay.
Say, if you see any of the folks that are friends of the plague doctors, give a little nod to old Fareosae, and we'll make sure I keep the silver coming.
You're looking for a plague doctor? Why?
I'm a little suspicious, and I'm suspicious of people that are friends with them.
Well, anyone's got wear a mask to hide themselves is probably up to something no good.
That's what I think too.
That's right. Except for the nice doctor, he's dreamy.
Yes.
Oh, Davalus, yes, he's a charmer, isn't he?
He's come around here, wandering to and fro. He's actually come in here once.
Ah, he spends a little bit of time with the ladies, does he?
Well, so I think hired him to have a look at the ladies.
Ah, that makes sense.
So I think got sick a while back too. He got all better though. He's got lots of money.
Money helps, doesn't it? Yeah.
It sure does.
And she says as she tucks away the 10 gold pieces you gave her. She seems to be
10
less.
silvers.
She seems less interested in.
Still
You look around, probably robbing from whoever's luggage is kind of piled up near the wall.
Good to see you, Freddie.
Yes. Oh, how's the professor doing?
He's had it a little rough. He's over in the booth there. I think feeling a bit sad. You should go say hi and just see how he's doing. I think he'd be happy to see you.
Oh, there was some nobleman looking for the professor a while back. Some
nobleman. Oh, was it a
It was some fancy pants man. He might be here. There's the spooky horses, the carriage outside.
Oh yes. No, the professor. He was able to find the professor, and they had what I feel was a very productive conversation.
He went to his old apartment looking for him. Don't ask me why I know.
Oh, I won't.
All right.
Although actually, I'll slip her another 10 silver. Just for your health. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen in the professor's old residence.
Right. We are very familiar with the building. We stayed there for quite some time.
Of course, yes.
Got all sorts of things hidden under, well, places here and there. Or not.
Yes. Some little surprises that the fancy man left.
Well, keeps an eye out for any plague doctors that come here.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Really enjoyed your playing, Fareosae. You should come here more often.
I'll do my best.
I bet you could charm the snake that's in the basket.
Oh, I wouldn't want to steal anyone's thunder on that. But, yes, I probably could.
Don't like snakes.
Good to know.
Oh.
Mokernum somehow has another bottle of alcohol. You're pretty sure he's just been dripping his tentacles around the bar and grabbing them.
This was for keeping as well. No, for eating. Sorry, I don't know. What would happen if I kept something for myself?
I don't know, Mokernum. We'll have to see.
Oh.
But we should probably stop now so that you can remember the fight later.
Oh.
Pretty sure you're not supposed to drink alcohol like that.
Do we hear the pipes internal to him?
Yeah, there's just the sort of swirling of liquid.
Oh.
And there's this weird rolling burp. You know how you could do
like continuous breathing.
Right.
This would be like continuous burping. It's just sort of like a growling burp that just goes on for quite some time.
Like those people who can say full sentences while burping.
Yeah.
All right. You seem pretty out of it, Makrino.
Huh?
Did you enjoy the whiskey?
Yeah. Is this bottle for peeking?
Yes, it's for peeking.
It's for peeking.
He's now using the bottle like a telescope. No, it's like his eyes have his little eyeballs on the end of potato eye stalks are now like looking around in the bottle. It's pretty disturbing.
Thurgus, I think he's going to miss your fight this afternoon.
Oh, that's all right. As long as you thoroughly document what happens. I'm morbidly curious.
We will see.
Okay, are you guys leaving the cantina? By noon, people are starting to come in. They come in small groups, like they're like coming from surrounding buildings. The guard changes a couple of times. At one point, a bunch of people are activated to go fight a zombie that showed up at the front gate. Are you guys staying here, or are you going back to the Iron Pine residence for a few hours?
I mean, I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to leave.
I think a little bit of time at the Iron Pine, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
What time do we have to be back by?
The fight is going to be at I don't know what time of year it is. Sorry, a second.
As long as I know in character, that's all I really care about. I want to make sure that I'm not late.
Yeah. I'm going to glance at the journal. It is the 88th day of summer. The party visits the library, the annex, and on the 89th day of summer, Thurgus's fight. So it's at sundown. The festivities start at sundown, so there might be a bit of showmanship and things like that.
Got it.
Professor, I spoke with your former ward, and she said that the Archminos man may have left some surprises at your old apartment.
Oh, well, I hope none of those street urchins fall into one of his traps. Very content for them.
I think they're quite savvy. But you might want to either be careful or be curious.
Yes, it could
Possibly both.
prove to be an interesting investigation. Perhaps another time, though. I feel a bit drained after this morning's events.
Yes, I was sorry to see your relationship has gone a bit cold, but I think that if we can make progress getting her child back, perhaps things will warm up again.
Perhaps I fear we're no closer now that we've lost the key, though. When we at least had that, we had access to the hell where it seems he may be stored.
I do have this book of Baba Yaga's, though, that seems to contain teeth from children she's stolen. So we may be able to learn a bit from that.
Yes, teeth.
Okay, quick jaunt to the Pearl from the Pearl Cantina back to the Iron Pine residence. This is just down the road, the Harrowstone Lane. What do you guys do for the next 6 hours? It sounds like one of you wants to learn at least one spell.
Ferris will sell some stuff and get some more coinage for us.
Okay.
You said we have 6 hours?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll scribe a scroll or learn a spell. Sorry.
Okay, it's an hour to learn the spell, hour per level to transcribe.
Yeah, I'll do Feeble Mind.
Oh, that is a bad spell.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it might mess some people up.
Yeah, what's your spellcraft check?
Plus 22? Yeah, you automatically learn it. Go ahead and scribe it.
Awesome.
Fareosae, you said you were trying to learn Cloud Kill.
Cloud Kill, yeah.
Also, another Uki spell.
Yep.
What's your spellcraft check?
Plus 21.
Plus 21. Yep, you automatically learn that spell. I believe it's 15 plus spell level.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Zephyros, you could spend time at the cantina and sell low value goods, which I think there's lots of. Or if Fareosae summons her Fae, you could sell them in the attic.
Which
I'll be happy to summon the Fae.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's summon the Fae and sell some stuff.
Okay. I know Matt was doing some bookkeeping around this. You could add 1,000 gold pieces of, or convert 1,000 gold pieces of your treasure.
Yep, sounds good.
Makronam, unfortunately, is a little too drunk to do that, but I'm going to say because Pixel is also Fae, you could have left her with instructions to also sell 1,000 gold pieces worth of goods.
Yep,
Are you marking
I'm
that
happy
down?
to do that.
Thanks, Matt.
Bukerbeck will definitely help out that way. He will sell 1,000 gold pieces worth of goods. And then I'm not sure what Thurgus is doing.
Thurgus is going to study his manual of war.
Nice.
He's going to read a book.
Yeah, with pointers from some of the party's wizards, Thurgus now understands how the book works.
It says once per day I can study it for an hour.
Yep. Which I think allows you to switch one of your fighter feats.
Correct. Yeah, I'm going to swap Smash from the Air for Channel Smite.
Okay.
Wow. What have you found?
And Channel Smite is a combat feat?
Correct.
Jasper has found a treasure.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Look at this treasure.
Is that an old
Tomatoes,
tomato
or-
plant top?
It's an old tomato plant top. Yeah. Oh, he's delighted. They're both loving that.
It's like you don't even need to buy toys. Just use boxes and...
Trash is treasure, baby.
The detritus from vegetables.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys spend a quiet afternoon of scribing, reading, and a little bit of haggling in the attic. I'm also going to say if you were doing something simple like asking for spell components and magic ink, stuff that like arguably can be divided into like 1 gold piece increments, you can also buy 1,000 gold pieces per person of that stuff as well, if you want to convert some of your actual wealth into components.
It only takes me an hour to read the book, so I'll basically offer assistance to Fareosae.
Yeah, if you contribute, you can add. So that's 4,000 gold pieces worth of stuff sold, and 4,000 gold pieces worth of spell components purchased.
Okay.
Are we doing? How much of that is ink? I'll add it to the slush fund right now.
Well, let's take a look here. Let's see.
We've got 1,060 magic ink in the slush fund right now.
Want to put maybe 2,000 more in?
Sounds good.
I'll take that out of things we sold.
So that gives me. So I helped sell 1,000, and then you guys are only acquiring 2,000 in goods. Could I try and hunt down or at least look around for someone who might sell some adamantine?
Give me a second.
Yeah, no rush.
What is an adamantine?
Just material, raw material. He has visions of what he'd like to make for some armor someday,
And
but he
Luke,
needs to
you've
collect
added
the raw mats.
zinc, right?
Yeah, the ace
And adamantine ammunition is plus 60 per missile. So we're going to say that there is a 70% chance that they can get you quantities of adamantine ammunition, which then you could use to slowly start to make an adamantine ball. No. And then do they have any other items in adamantine? Yes. Okay. The fairies are able to cobble together bits and pieces of adamantine. You can buy 1,000 gold pieces worth of adamantine.
If you guys are okay with that, I'd like to do it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
You want me to take that out of the party fund here?
Yeah. I'll do my best to pay you back tonight.
Okay.
We'll see how
yeah.
it goes.
For sure.
If
Yeah.
it doesn't go well, you could just sell it.
The most
All right.
interesting and
Cool.
strange thing that come with all these like little kind of cobbly bits and like shards from broken weapons and like actually leftover nodules is that somebody made an adamantine spoon. You don't know why they did that, but they definitely made one. And the spoon is worth about 100 gold pieces worth of the adamantine if you wanted to, for some reason, keep it.
I'll think
You a
about
fan
it.
of the tick?
I have seen the old show, not the new one.
The animated?
I watched the animated one as a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I watched a little bit of the live action one.
Yeah, the Patrick Warburton one.
Yeah. I like Patrick Warburton. He's great.
I like him too. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, you're not sure why someone would go through the trouble, but yep, that's adamantine. And that is
Because it ignores 10 points of hardness. So it's it's the best spoon for going into ice cream. It just slides
Oh my
right through.
God, yeah.
it's about the size of like a large dinner spoon.
It's like the best ice cream spoon ever because it ignores hardness.
Just eat straight ice. Eat rock.
So yeah, you can mark that on your character sheet if you're going to pull that out of the 1,000 gold pieces of adamantine.
I'll smelt it eventually.
Okay.
But I might use it to eat with. Technically, I'm not allowed to start crafting it until I pay all the materials first, so I might eat with that spoon for a bit.
Yep. Okay, Thurgus seems happy, and these Fae... It's kind of handy having a bunch of flying Fae go spreading out in the neighborhood and gathering as much as they can to come back to sell you. Fareosae's strange music seems to summon them to this.
Are you guys
this attic.
excited about the big fight tonight down at the Pearl? Our very own Thurgus is fighting the beast.
Oh, are you spreading the word amongst the...
I'm spreading the word.
Okay.
Just if they're interested.
Give me a diplomacy check. Or perform oratory. I don't know if you have that.
I do not have perform oratory, but I do have some diplo. I've actually got a lot of diplo. 29.
They're already either helpful or friendly, so add a point for remember I told you were going to get points, so add a point for bribing the urchins that work at size, and then add a point for collecting Fae and those that might recognize your title as a what was it? It was on the tip of my tongue. As a curse singer?
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. It starts to get darker. It feels like time for Thurgus and the others to go. Is everyone going back to the cantina?
Yeah, I think I'll fly on my own, and enter kind of separately, so we're not all like bunched up together.
I'll make it a point to travel with Thurgus. We're gonna ride in style if we can.
Before we go, Thurgus, I'm going to cast Delay Poison on you. Pop. That'll last 9 hours, and you can drink as much as you want and not feel the effects until it wears off.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. But hypothetically, what if there was, like, let's say, an evil wizard here who started casting Dispel Magic on me while I'm in this fight? Would that screw me over?
Yep, sure would.
Good to know.
Anyway, though, you've got it. So if people that want you to fail start to buy you drinks, and you want to play them up, you're welcome to do it. But you have a good point.
It's something to think about. I've spent like the last 5 hours musing over wizard things, and I'm pretty sure they cast spells that make people's day terrible, and then they take nice things away from people who like magic. And that's pretty much what I've come up with so far.
Oh, you've learned so well. I'm so proud of you.
I fancy myself quite the intellectual, thank you.
Indeed. If you need a death ward before you go in to protect you from necromantic forces,
I'm only allowed 3 spells.
Yes.
So I trust you.
I can also give you heroism if you wish. Make you a little bit better at everything, and I'll be dancing up in the crowd where you can see me.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Is that like Good Hope?
Yes. Heroism is very much like Good Hope.
Awesome.
But just for one.
What are your other 2 spells you're going with?
Oh, I don't know. Being big would be pretty cool, but I haven't seen the blood bear yet.
Perhaps.
Maybe I'll invoke him outside the arena.
Yes, perhaps. It would be something to see. Let me know. I'd like to witness it firsthand if I can.
If the blood bear was so inclined, that would leave me with 1 spell remaining, and I have no idea what that should be.
Well, I can cast Enlarge Person on you.
That is also an option.
There's haste, of course.
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
It's
Haste?
a good point.
Haste would work.
Or that displacement, was it? Another interesting one.
Displacement, blur, mirror image.
Displacement was pretty good.
I suppose make your pick, and Zephyros and I, between the 2 of us, should be able to oblige you.
I like haste, but I kind of asked the blood bear for something similar, so I'm not sure how they will work together.
I suppose we'll find out, won't we? Shall we head down?
So if we decided that then...
Thanks for the raid, Evendale. Welcome to the channel. For those joining the first time, welcome. For those returning, also welcome.
Bukrubek does not have access to freedom of movement, does he? He's too low for that, right?
Bukrubek can cast 4th level spells, and he has prepared freedom of movement.
Oh, that's number 3. That's like the ask.
So what are the 3 then? Freedom of movement?
Enlarged person and heroism.
Alright, so Zephyros cast an Enlarged Person on you.
You should use the Rod of Extend. You should borrow that.
Yeah.
So that we double the duration.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
it'll be
That'll
like
only work on up
18
to 3rd level spells.
Enlarged person's only at level 1.
Yep. So
And that's
enlarged person and heroism will both benefit from that.
Yeah, those would be good.
A large person only lasts minutes, though, right?
Yeah, so that'll put it at 18 minutes with Extend.
Should we probably wait to put spells on you before the battle.
We shouldn't do that until we're ready to go in.
All right.
Absolutely.
It sounds like the entire party is leaving the Empire residence. You pile into the Grim carriage. Mokranong sleepily slides onto Zephyrus's back and ends up being kind of a drippy-looking backpack. Mokranong being the mimic / portable bag of holding, who is the consummate, I would say, mascot of the party. He's very hungover at this point in time, but he wants to see Thurgus fight. He settles in. The two nightmares. Mira, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. The two nightmares, Smoke and Edgemane, are nipping at each other in an argument when you guys go outside. The sun hanging low in the sky. They are.
You're just going down the street again?
Yeah.
Fool!
They seem really annoyed that you are using the carriage to basically drive about 100 yards down the road.
If you want, we could do like a lap and do like a really cool entrance.
Aye.
You want to like scare some little people?
They look a little bit excited at that prospect. Bukrabek kind of gives you a slap, like, why are you taunting the nightmares?
I'm trying to give them something to look forward to, so they don't eat innocent people.
Christopher, your imaginary gummy bear familiar, goes, "Ha! Quit stalling! Ha!
Oh, fair enough.
You got a fight to get to, big guy."
Yeah, could you give me that thing you were talking about this morning?
Yeah, sure. What would you do without me? Ha!
I'm not quite sure. This could be very bad without you, actually.
Yeah, that's right. Not allowed to bring your sword in? Who agreed to that? Ha!
It was a dumb idea in retrospect.
It was before my time, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay. Ha! The angry... Where are we going? The angry nightmares do bring you to the barricade where the plague zombies have been tied up to. Maybe the plague zombies are acting like some sort of scarecrow. This place is packed. There are people even mingling outside behind the barrier, between the barrier and the building of the Pearl Cantina itself. There are lots of people drinking, carrying on. It's as if the entire neighborhood, and oh, yep, there are Fae. You can see them flittering here and there, and you can hear them chittering. It appears that Fareosae, who summoned them earlier, did spread the word throughout the Slough Borough. And the entire neighborhood, perhaps even further, has showed up to the Pearl Cantina.
As we pull up, as we come to a stop, the sound of a bear that's roughly the size of 36 fully grown humans will cut loose a mighty roar to announce our arrival.
Because that is the unit of measurement of sound. It's how many grown humans worth of noise. Okay,
yes.
Great. There's this mighty roar of a bear, and it turns all heads, including the zombies that are tied up in along the barricade and in the barbed wire. Edgemane and Smoke are even looking around to see where the bear noise came from.
As people turn, I will cast Persistent Image, and I will create another zombie on this fence here. But this zombie is going to look a little different than the three zombies that are up there. I sent a token in chat, but as everybody turns to look at this entrance, he's going to begin talking. And he's going to begin saying stuff like, I'm a promoter of the people, for the people, and by the people, and my magic lies in my people's ties. I'm a promoter of the slough. I'm a slough person. You know what I mean? So therefore, do not send for who the bell tolls, because the bell tolls for thee. Now can you put your hands together for the thunder from down under, the thriller of the beastlands, and give you Thurgus the Destroyer!
That was amazing.
Oh, yes, that's me.
And this persistent image will last for 9 minutes, and anyone who comes close to Zombie Dawn King will promote Thurgus the Fighter to them in typical gusto.
I don't see the token you're trying to send me. If you could resend that to me, that'd be great.
Yeah,
But yes, I think I'm going to give you 1 point. People were they were excited at the entrance that Thurgus made, and this may impress them, whether or not Thurgus lives through the fight. They may be impressed when you press them for information later. So we'll say Thurgus entrance illusions, especially having zombies